Just a quick update on Rafael Nadal. It's not good news because he's withdrawn from the Australian Open. Let's get straight into it, and we've got a statement from Rafael Nadal saying, "Hi all, during my last match in Brisbane, I had a small problem on a muscle that, as you know, made me worried. Once I got to Melbourne, I have had the chance to make an MRI and I have a micro tear on a muscle. Not in the same part where I had the injury, and that's good news. Right now, I am not ready to compete at the maximum level in 5-set matches. I'm flying back to Spain to see my doctor, get some treatment and rest." There's another part, him saying, "I have worked very hard during the year for the comeback, and as I always mention, my goal is to be at the very best level in 3 months. Within the sad news for me for not being able to play in front of the amazing Melbourne crowds, this is not very bad news, and we remain positive. Thanks for all of the support and see you soon, Rafa." Well, where do we begin? Of course, initially when I woke up to the news, I was extremely disappointed. He had the intentions to obviously play the Australian Open. That's why he's flown to Australia, played in a pre-warm-up event in Brisbane, but his body's just not allowed him. On the other hand, the only real positive I do see is the fact that it isn't the same injury. It is a different muscle to the one he previously injured, and surely that must make him feel a little bit happier in this situation, because with the right rest in Spain, there is a chance that he can heal this muscle on its own if it's not a recurring problem. But yeah, overall disappointment. I thought he was playing very well in Brisbane until, of course, he went out to Thompson. Thompson played extremely well on the day, and I'm still optimistic more than anything that we are going to see him at some capacity this season producing some high level results. And if he goes back to Spain, the doctors there say it's nothing to worry about, have a few weeks off and then he can come back. You never know, he could come back stronger. One thing I do know is you can never write him off. There's going to be a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's another injury again. Why does he keep doing it? He's won everything in the sport. Why doesn't he just pack it in and hang up his racket and go on a beach somewhere and enjoy his retirement with his family?" But that's up to Rafa, and he's going to ultimately make that decision. And I can understand why he doesn't want to do that, because I feel he definitely has something left to give in this sport. We've seen it in the early stages in Brisbane. He has a level. He can produce good results if his body allows him to do so. And I'm hoping this injury is not too severe and his body will allow him to compete in some further events. Of course, what he's going to be targeting as the main one will be Roland Garros and some of the clay court events. We've got some statistics here from Up to Race, and this is with Rafa's withdrawal from this year's Australian Open. This will be the first men's singles main draw at the event without even Nadal or Roger Federer since 1999. I mean, crazy. In the 2000s, they've always been there, one of them or both of them, and now none of them is going to be at the Australian Open. Djokovic, of course, will be there, and he is the big favourite. But I think he'll be disappointed, personally. I think he'll be really disappointed that Rafa's not there. This one just confirming that Rafa's withdrawn from the Australian Open, and it is due to a micro tear in a similar hip area he had the surgery on, but it's not the same hip area, it's a different muscle. And this is the 20th major that he's had to skip, which is 20% of the majors that have occurred since he played his first. And this is an important factor, really, because I don't feel anyone in the history of the sport has missed as many matches due to injury as Rafael Nadal. His body, maybe the way he plays, opens him up to more injuries. But what could have been? That's what I always say with Rafael Nadal. Imagine if he was able to keep his body in a better way. He could have won so many Grand Slams. What a champion, and what a guy. But I'm going to leave on a positive note. And this is from a Nadal fan page, Nadal Prop, and it says, "The sun will shine on us again." And there he is at Roland Garros, in the clay, on the dirt, with an illuminous outfit as always. And I'm hopeful we're going to see him in a similar photo this year, hopefully with a trophy. There we go. That's enough from me. Let me know your thoughts on Rafael Nadal withdrawing from the Australian Open. Are you hopeful we're going to see him at some capacity in 2024 win big events? Or do you think this is the end of Rafael Nadal? I'm really interested. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. See you soon.